the streams. See if it's working. Looks like it. Yeah. All right. This public. There we go. How's it going? Do more video work. So I've got this older project that I have on YouTube, but I'm just going to leave that one. The thing is, I need to make a version that works for Amazon. So I've tried that in the past and I had issues. They rejected the video, so I need to clip it down and hide things and whatever else that they need. So this takes a bit of extra work. First, let me make certain that this is one of the videos. Oops. Needs attention. Yeah. So the B500, the XP120 from Fujifilm, and the A1000, which is this video. They claim that it has personal information visible. For example, tracking information, order details are personal data. Which is stupid, but hey. I'll just try to deal with whatever. They're older cameras. They're probably only sold used on Amazon, but I might as well get them up there in case people want to watch them. I do get commissions if someone watches a video of a certain amount, you know, however long, I don't know how long they have to watch it, and buy something in the same category. So if they watch this video, for example, then they buy another digital camera, I should potentially get a commission from that. So it's nice. Just reworking it, you know. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. We'll see. I really wish that I could rework a lot of my old videos and swap the video on YouTube itself, but you can't do that except for extreme situations, and generally that's only large creators that have access to more YouTube employees and stuff. So sadly, it's not an option for me because I have a lot of old videos that could be much nicer if I could just swap the existing video file for an new edited one. I still have quite a few projects that I could do that for, but for whatever reason they don't like that on YouTube. All right. The Nikon Coolpix A1000. The A1000 has
a 16 megapixel 1/2.3 inch sensor. The ISO range is 100 to 6400. There is a built-in flash in the...
Looks like I did attempt to edit this already, but there must be more that I'm missing. My general idea is that if I show the serial number, I need to hide that now on Amazon. And then I do some things with wireless connectivity. And I guess even just holding a phone in the video, they complain. So, very picky. This camera
has a built-in electronic viewfinder. Now, it's not the best ever, but it is in there. It's nice to have that viewfinder on there. So you can have a more traditional photographic experience with this camera. The view on the viewfinder and the screen are around 98% according to the spec, which is a little unusual. Biggest feature of a camera like this, considering its size, is the long zoom lens, 35x. It's 4.3 to 151 millimeters with f3.4 to 6.9 aperture throughout that zoom range. The equivalent focal length range in 35 millimeter format is 24 to 840 millimeters. So you definitely get a lot of range with a camera like this. The lens has vibration reduction in there, which is very important for a camera like this. And in video mode, you can do a mixture of lens-based VR plus electronic stabilization. It has a flip down and forward screen, and it's full touch enabled. So you can go through the menus with the touch screen.
It's like this. I need to try to remember how to do this. So this is Magix Vegas Pro 21 video editor. There's a preview window. These are the files. This is the timeline. You've got your audio track. You have multiple of audio and video. You have a standard video track here, and then you can duplicate clips. There's some overlay stuff. There's text. I tried blocking things that didn't work. So I'm going to have to just delete this entire section for Amazon. And in this case, I'm going to try to blur out the serial number. See how it works. So I duplicated the clip. I need to try to remember how to do this. I think it's motion tracking. So I click on this little burger menu. Motion track. Make a new region. And I can adjust this to hopefully track that. And see if it actually did. I actually should probably... That messed it up. Oh, geez, it shows in there too. Try that again. And then you click this thing to go both directions with the tracking. So I'm not really sure if I can adjust it like that. Oh, come on. Go just that direction. Bro. It insists on doing that. No. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this. Oh my gosh. No. Holy crap. Stop it. There must be a better way. Really. Insists on doing that. This should be an easy one for it. This is a clear, visible difference. Oh, there's one frame. All right. So that was, well, I was going to say that was partly my fault, but it's still doing it. Oh, man. So at that point, you've got a thingamajig, and then I can add it to whichever one it is. Like I need to do the Bezier mask thing. And then I can go in here to the FX stuff and then add at the end, I can add a pixelate. So there we go. I mean, it's clearly not perfect, but hey, better than before. So now I have to do it for this one. Let's see. And then just pick a point in the video, add the motion tracking again, make a new box. I'm just trying to position it in a way that hopefully it works. And then I can do the track in both directions. Hope that it worked all right. Okay, that one actually worked decently well. I mean, there's going to be... Whoops. Let me see if this... So I can track in that direction. Okay, that's not bad. And then I add the mask thing again. And go into the FX, add another pixelate. There we go. Hopefully that's good enough. Save that. Look for anything else that they might complain about. Battery probably has a... I don't see a serial number. doing a panorama thing. Let's see. Is this working? Yeah. I think so. Just say public. And it's set to private. How did I do that? All right. How's it going? I had my YouTube set to private. I'm working on a video for it's an older video that I upload on multiple platforms, basically a camera overview. So I was trying to fix up a few things that specifically Amazon complains about when I put camera overviews on their website. So I have I can show an example. Whoops, slash. So in here, I have a page on their website, and then you can see these camera overviews. I've done a few. So this is a G7X Mark III. This is a D850, which I've made videos on for Amazon, for YouTube a long time ago. So I'm just trying to do a few more that they complain about. They have a pretty restrictive, and like it's probably AI based or something, who knows. It's very particular about stuff. So this specific video was not approved a long time ago, and I'm just going back and trying to add a few more that were not approved at the time. They're older cameras, so it's probably not ideal to waste my time, well, potentially waste my time doing it, but I can maybe get commissions if someone watches a video and then buys a camera. It doesn't have to be specifically that camera. It's just in the category that the video is in. Then I potentially get a commission if they watch the video. So I might as well. The general idea is that it should be pretty easy to rework these videos, but they are very particular. So I just added blur here. This is Magix Vegas Pro 21. This is the video editing program I use. It's pretty functional. The specific version has some bugs in it, but for what I'm doing right now, it should be okay generally. So I'm just going through this video and trying to find anything that I need to remove or blur, because like I said, Amazon is very particular about what goes on their website. So their complaint was that it had personal private information in the video, which doesn't make sense, but it's probably the serial number on the camera, which is too much, but hey, whatever. So I blurred that out in this specific frame. To do this in Magix Vegas Pro, it's not super difficult, but you basically click this burger menu. You can motion track. I'll probably have to do it again, so I'll show it in a bit. And then you have to add a secondary filter, and yeah, it's a little bit of a process to do that. But anyways, I'm gonna look through here and see if there's anything else I need to deal with. I don't know if Amazon has like humans review the videos or AI or what, but it tends to be unreasonable, in my opinion, of what they approve on their platform. So I don't really see anything yet that I need to change. This was a pretty interesting camera. It has a tiny little sensor in it, but has a large zoom lens. It's the Nikon A1000. I kind of doubt it's still sold, but yeah, pretty interesting camera. If you're into big optical zoom lenses in a relatively small camera, this would be an option if you can find one. But yeah, that's quite the zoom lens. So in this frame, I'm just trying out the controls on the side. Checking out the grip. Also, if you have any comments or questions about camera gear in general, I'm open to talk about that. Let's see. Not to say that I'll have any answers, but I'll make an attempt, at least. Tiny bit of controls on the side. This camera store no longer exists. So in this case, I attempted to blur things out, like hide things, but I think Amazon's system is so particular that even if I just show a phone, they don't approve the videos, so I need to remove it. Which is bad for viewers on that platform because they're not getting all the information that they could potentially want. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. So I'll get rid of that. Save it. Various scene modes in the camera, which is nice to have.
You can do time-lapse in the camera, or also panorama. If you're into creative modes and filters, they have quite a few in there. I did quickly scroll through those. They have manual focus ability on the camera with peaking, which is very nice to have in a camera like this that has an integrated lens. So if you want to do manual focus, it is an option. Some important aspects of the camera, one is with autofocus. This is contrast-based autofocus, which is not ideal in any camera these days. It's just a older, not as capable version compared to on-sensor phase detect. Autofocus area modes, you got phase priority, manual spot, manual normal, wide, subject tracking, and then the default is that target finding autofocus. There are a few autofocus modes. You have pre-focus, full-time autofocus, and single autofocus. This camera has quite a few video modes, especially with the flip-down screen. That can be a nice feature on a camera. I did not see any 24 frames per second modes on this camera. If you're into 24 frames a second, this would not be a camera for you. However, it does have 4K, 30 frames a second, full sensor as far as I can tell. You have 1080p with 30 or 60 frames a second, and you have a slow-mo mode, basically the 60 frames a second slowed down in the camera. Autofocus was a mixed bag. Some situations it felt very quick. Other situations it was very slow, if not unable to focus, especially when you zoom all the way in dark situations. You're getting a really small aperture at that long zoom, and
some troubles with
autofocus. I did take a few test photos. Let's check those out. I'll show you a full view, and then I'll show you a cropped 100% view on each photo. So with a camera like this, you have that extremely long zoom lens, which is its main feature. But with this specific one, you actually have the flip-down screen. You have touch controls. Let's look at the Nikon Coolpix A1000. Again,
I don't know if I have any extra photos. Let's see. Yeah. See what this one looks like. Whoops. I had something called auto ripple on that messed up the timeline. Situations, you're
getting a really small aperture at that long zoom.
I can put another photo in there. That's probably not enough space. There we go. So I don't know if my scripting tool will work on this image. We'll see. Nope. I guess it doesn't work on PNGs. Oops, I had the wrong thing selected. Let's try it again. So I've written a bunch of scripts for the video editor at this point. Things for doing timeline editing, adding EXIF information, placing photos based on GoPro footage, time, date information, stuff like that. Yeah, that didn't work. All right. Maybe like right here. So what I could do is find the picture. Oh wait, there are JPEGs. All right. I'll just use one of those. Cool. See what I just do one here. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. Run script. Yeah, so you can see that pulled information from the picture. 15.2 millimeter focal length, 1/40th of a second, ISO 400. Whoops. There we go. Should say this is basically done. We'll see if they approve it. Just a second. Not too much in the way of new cameras or anything, it looks like. So the nice thing about B&H's website is that you can sort by newest. Yeah, I already looked at this. Those are pretty cool. I'd like to get one of those. Yeah, there's nothing new at the moment, at least with cameras. Okay, this is new. Thighpoc Samira 50mm f1.4 for Nikon. Assume this is manual focus. It's kind of cool looking, but I don't think I'd pay that much for a manual focus lens. You just go buy a Filmera lens. Yeah. Although some of those might be very expensive as well. So maybe it's not that bad. Astahori 18mm 5.6 shift lens. Just kind of interesting looking. APS-C format. Ah, okay. So they show an example. So obviously it's only got the one direction to it. So it will have limitations compared to the traditional tilt shift lenses. But it's small and cheap. That's kind of cool. I don't have an APS-C Nikon camera at the moment. Well, they have Sony E and Leica and Fuji. Kind of cool. They had sent me stuff in the past, but after that they haven't contacted me, so it is what it is. My terms are very particular. So this is my current list of terms that companies have to agree to before I take anything. I just recently had one that I modified this, but I said that I couldn't really take stuff from other countries at the moment based on the situation in the United States. So that I lost out on looking at a lens just recently because of this. It's possible they didn't like the other terms either, but yeah, so if I find issues with the lens, I'll send it back to them at their cost, or they can send me a replacement, stuff like that. I will mention it in the video if the thing had an issue at one point. Let's see what else. I'll keep it potentially. unless we agree otherwise. They have no say in the content of the video, of course. They can't decide on titles, thumbnails, anything like that. They can use a little bit of it that I make, but I own the content. Yeah, so anyways, it's all public if you want to look at it. Case, I've never heard of that company. It's an autofocus lens. Premium lenses. Maybe they're just now getting into no. TwoFilter.com. That looks damaged or something. Huh. All of these companies are probably reworking lenses from one manufacturer. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. However, these say autofocus. Sigma 14mm f.4. What? It looks like a error. Okay, is that Yeah, it's got to be 1.4. I assume it's full frame at that price. Okay, so that's all I had seen. I looked at this in the last stream that I looked at Camera News. Yeah, cool. So I need to... I don't know if I have a thumbnail for this video. Let's see. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Maybe like this. Yeah, that's alright. I forgot that the screen tips downward. Switch to here for a second. I'll save this as a new file. Export. I don't know if I should try to fix the color. I did. Oh. Nope. I don't know if that helped. Anyways, There's a thumbnail. Rendered out the video, and no, I can't really show this on stream, but I can upload to Amazon's platform the video and the thumbnail, and then I have to tag products. So I should probably review the video a little bit just to make sure it rendered out decently. Whoops. Again, if you have any... Oh, that song is kind of terrible. I should probably delete that from the list. Unicorn Heads. These are YouTube audio library songs. Switch to here for a second. Save playlist. All right. View on the viewfinder. Yeah, it looks all right. I see audio, I see video. I think that's probably good enough. Let me make sure these are... Yeah, it's fine. And then I don't remember where the blurring I added. In here somewhere. Oh, right there. Yeah. So I blurred the... man, I can't speak today. Serial number. Just in case, because they're very particular. That looks good. Time is it? Think of what else I can do. I'll pull up another one of these. The B500. It's my most popular video on the YouTube channel. I mentioned this before, but I wish I could go back and rework videos that I still have the project files for, and then swap the existing one on YouTube, but they don't let you do that, sadly. Because I would be giving people better versions of the video, but like re-uploading the video now would just not make sense. So I guess it just has to exist as it is. Whoops, I have a better version of this. No, why did it open in? Yeah, so this is a long zoom camera. Like I said, the most popular video on the YouTube channel for whatever reason. I think it's well over 300,000 views at the moment. But, whoops. I think the viewership died off a few years ago, for the most part. B500. Let's see. 344,932. There's still people watching it, but it's not as much as back in 2018 or so, 2019. Now it's like 50, 70 people a day, which is better than some of my other videos by far. But, yeah. Alright, so I'm uploading that A1000 video to Amazon. I'm going to select the thumbnail image. Going to add a product. Search. Mention this again, but if you have any thing you want to talk about related to camera equipment, I'm open to that, or photography in general. A1000. I got that. What the heck? Whoops. It's saying that it has already been posted, which is not true. Man, their platform is so terrible. Delete that. Hopefully that was the case. I don't see it in there.
Hey, this is Scott from Few Bonsai, and this
It's very much not the same video. Maybe I picked the wrong thing. Post video. It's possible that I picked the wrong one when I selected it. Yeah, I did. Well, my bad. Okay. There we go. All right, that should be good once it's done uploading. To find out what in this video they complain about.
Hey, this is Scott from Darfy Bonsai. In this video, I'm going to go
Over this Nikon Coolpix B500, thanks to Camera Craft and Radford.
I'll take this out. They no longer exist.
The B500 is a prosumer.
I don't know if it's a prosumer. Whoops.
The B500
Is a prosumer extreme zoom camera.
Maybe I'll take that out.
has a 6.
They wouldn't understand. Let's see. Oh, it's still uploading. I don't know if it's my internet connection. Yeah, anyways. I'll just leave that for now and hopefully it works. Oh, it's where it, yeah, it's going up, the upload thing.
B500
is a 16 megapixel 4:3 ratio sensor inside. It is backlit, 82 3200 ISO range. That zoom lens I mentioned.
Get rid of this little thing here. Yep. So that text is kind of huge. Oops. It's not cooperating.
has a 16
Megapixel 4:3 ratio sensor inside. It is backlit, 82 3200 ISO range. That zoom lens I mentioned goes from 22.5 to 900 millimeter equivalent.
Saying duplicate video. What is going on? It's a different camera.
Hey, this is Scott from Darfy Bonsai. Today I'm going to look at the Nikon Coolpix A900. Thanks to Camera.
Man, their platform is so stupid. I just submit a support request. Uh, all right. Yeah, they just have really bad. Whoever's working on Amazon's video stuff is. They need to get good. So potentially just wasted an hour. We'll see.
It also has a 1 centimeter
0.39 inch macro mode, so you can get some close shots as well. It has a tilting 3-inch screen. It does not fully articulate, but you do get vertical adjustment.
So here's another thing. It shows the serial number. I probably need to blur that. Maybe right about here is enough for that little clip. So I mentioned before, this is Magix Vegas Pro. There's probably different ways to do this, but this is how I add the blur stuff. I go into this burger menu on the duplicated clip up here. So it's the same thing. And then motion tracking. I add a region. Block it out. And then you can track either direction or do it both at the same time. Let's see how it worked. Okay, it did a decent job. I mean, I could try to fix that. Close enough. And then you can add this Bezier mask FX to the clip. And then inside here, in the FX event FX, it added this thing. Or this thing I'm in. Then I can add a pixelate. And then if we look at here, see that it blurred that out. So there we go. Good enough. This one took AA batteries. Pretty unique. I mean, it's not unique back then, but it is now. Maybe some of those like generic camera companies, I mean, technically Minolta or whatever other ones, that the name of the camera company was purchased by a third party. They might still use those type of batteries, but they probably don't at this point. My original DSLR, the Pentax Starist DS, used 4 AA's. Sadly, I sold it to someone, so I don't have it anymore. A long time ago. It would have been a nice, like, backdrop prop. Oh, shoot. Okay, I need to blur that one as well. Again, we go into motion tracking, add a new region, and then position it. Go like that. Whoops, I can't tell if it worked or not. That clearly did not. What? Why is it? That seems like a bug. Oh my gosh. You serious, man? Whoops, I keep doing that. Okay, I think this is going to be a pain in the butt. It's clearly not normal. Gosh. Maybe if I make it smaller. I can't even select the other one. You'd think a bigger region would work better, but we'll see. It's still doing that. Bro. Oh, come on. What? Oh my gosh. God. Shouldn't be this difficult. No. No. It's like rolling the dice. If it actually does anything useful. Oh, I think the program crashed. Awesome. Awesome. Make sure it's not in memory. It is. Anyways, yeah. Maybe, okay, instead of doing that, whoops, it's not gonna look as nice in some ways, but I'm just gonna crop that out. There we go. Problem solved. And you get a better view of the battery door area. And it really made that text extra large. To make sure it's not showing any numbers or anything. Oh, there's the flipping serial number again. Oh, again. Well, I don't know which one would be easier to deal with. Well, let's see. This actually cooperates. I'm probably talking about the tripod connection. If I go like that. Okay, so that one cooperated enough that it should work. So in that case, I click this thing, apply it to this track item, the Bezier mask. And we can go into the FX and add the pixelation FX. I have to go like that. There we go. That one was easy. You can see the result. So for this one, oops, let me duplicate. As you can see, if I hide this layer, it's basically turned into the pixelation layer on the top. Same thing, motion tracking, add a region. There we go. Attempts for it to track, we'll see. Nope, failed that. Track that direction. course, the thing that it stops working for is the thing that I need blocked. Of course. All right, that's probably good enough. Yeah. So we add the Bizzer mask. Pixelate. And I have to bump it up to like that. Cool. Next. And it almost shows the number. Probably have to blur that too. Ah, man. This is likely a waste of time, but we'll see. Whoops, what am I doing? Let's go motion track. Sure, there might be a better way to do this than I don't have to motion track. You just add a mask. AI smart mask. What is this? Like, what the hell are those? I'm guessing that's not something that will help me. Okay, maybe this will do it. Without the motion tracking, just blurs it. And then I can add the pixelate. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if I want to leave that.
There are a lot of options out there.
They're similar to it. So that was the Nikon Coolpix B500. Hope you enjoyed this video. A little quick hands-on. Again, thanks to Cameracraft in Rockford, Illinois for letting me try this out at their shop. Thanks again.
Trim down some of this. To look at my project folder to see what I might have to work on next. Still have a bunch of convention videos that I could do. But I also have some old recordings from equipment, like photo walks with older equipment that I had at one point or another. Maybe I'll do one of those. You can see a Sigma 16mm M6 Mark II photo walk. That could be good for all the Canon EFM users. I don't need that.
Similar to it.
So that was the Nikon Coolpix B500. Hope you enjoyed this video. A little quick hands-on. Thanks again.
This one's probably fine. We'll see if they complain about this video too when I try to upload it. All right. It's probably good. Oh man. So this is the video footage. I have to export the photos. That's a nice photo. So that rendered out. Just going to quickly preview the render. Oops. No, that's probably good enough. I'm going to try it and see.
More easily.
They complain about this one too. All right. Pull that back up. I could just have this run while I'm doing it. Make sure there's no awkward stuff in it. I'm already showing it, so I guess it's too late, but. Photo walk with the camera and GoPro, 16mm Sigma on the M6 Mark II. It's just nice and close. Just gotta click to it. Let's see if I have a thumbnail for this. No. Actually, this might be.
Oh, that's quick.
Wow, that's quite the thumbnail. It's probably good enough. Let's go here for a second. What camera am I using for the video? Let's see.
Kind of like there.
This thing? This is a GoPro Hero 9 with the Max Lens mod, and it's in a different aspect ratio that you can do. So, yeah. It's nice for vertical video if I want to make... I tend to make a standard video and then I make a vertical short format video for that. So it's just GoPro footage. Looking into a POV setup like this. Yeah, the more recent GoPros, you don't need the Max Lens mod to do the horizon correction, but I'm not sure of their field of view in comparison to with the lens mod. The latest GoPro also has some different add-ons. I'm not too sure of like how they work, but there might be one that's better than what I'm doing here. And in this particular situation, I don't know, this footage is from 2022, so I'm trying to remember what I might have been doing here. Okay, that's a cloth. Yes, it was raining or drizzling. I think I had the GoPro on top of the camera connected to the hot shoe connection. So that's what this view looks like. Oh. Yeah. Let's see. I need to export a thumbnail. File export.
Oops.
There we go. There. There we go. So at least that one didn't hit their whatever duplication system on Amazon. Let's see if they actually approve it though. They're very particular these days.
9682.
Alright, so probably maybe I'll work on this video next. Like I said, this is an old photo walk from 2022. I don't have this equipment anymore, but it could still be a nice video talking about the gear and such. So at this point, I need to look it over, figure out things to talk about, and then I'll do a voiceover, which I'm not going to do here, but I'll do at some point. But, yeah. It's nice. I think the weather really made the GoPro footage decent looking. And all the colorful plants and stuff. Let's see. I do have one other video that I could work on for Amazon. So let me see if I have notes for this one. Oh, and also recently I did another website article. So I do these in combination with AI tools now, because the chances of me actually spending enough time to write an article from scratch is very low. So it's kind of a better than nothing situation.
So far, so good, but...
So this is a recent video that I made on this convention. It's gonna come, this specific convention is coming up in November. So I wanted to edit the footage and photos and everything that I had for the previous one, in case I go to it again. So what I do is I give it the caption data and the actual YouTube video on Google's Gemini
Taking a risk.
thingamajig.
And
it generates an article from that information, and I do pretty decent amount of modification to the article. But it also selects out frames from the video, and then I have a script that I can pull frames from the video editor program. This one. It does a decent job. Like decent-ish enough to, at the very least, have something for people that want to read, you know? They don't want to video all the time. Yeah. Anyways, posted that webpage thing, so now maybe work on this or one of those other Amazon videos. Let's see. Do a quick search on this. Title, I usually use titles like this so that I can cross-reference different stuff. Could be here.
Okay.
Search. Oh, I do have some notes. There's not much. Actually, did it just show up on my screen? No. Properties. Go into here for a second. To studio mode. So far, I knew there was a good chance of it raining, and it's starting to a little bit, but so far so good. Still works. Yeah. I knew it was gonna start raining. Because yeah. Anyways, that's. I usually write up notes. I don't do scripts and such. It's basically notes. And my preview screen is so small. There we go. All right. Insert video track. So I've got some pictures from that photo walk. Generally, I just export as is, but it doesn't. I don't know if it's good or bad to do that. Because it kind of bases it on AC/DC, and this specific version is the older version, which actually I'm waiting on the AC/DC company to send me a new version, like license to the newer version. We'll see if they actually do it. Their marketing company is a little unique, so we'll see. I do have a newer version, but it's on the other computer for project. But then I can kind of swap them. So I'll first have 2026 on here for a while, and then I'll put 2025 back on here probably, and then put 2026 on the other one. So I'm trying to scan my entire photo archive, which is a mix of photo and video. Now it's mostly video clips, but it has all the photos are kind of intermixed in the video projects now, because I tend to just do video projects. Because if I'm going to do a photography thing, I usually will do video because I can. So that's I think it's over 22 terabytes. And the general idea is to use this software to scan it, because it can scan for keywords. Like, it looks at the pictures and it finds words that would relate to it. So if there's a car in the picture or a person or something, then it'll add tags. And I want to do it to the entire archive to see how functional it is. And it also scans for people's faces, and then it can, do all that stuff too. But I want to wait until I get the new version of the program, so that, best chance of the best result type of thing. Now, this is a cool photo. I like this one. There's some aberration. So this is a 16mm f1.4 from Sigma. Pretty cool lens. It's APS-C format lens. You can pull up thing from that. So they pretty much have it on all lens formats at various prices. Sony E, Micro Four Thirds. So this one's going to have a different field of view significantly compared to these other ones because of the different sensor size. Canon RF mount, Nikon Z, which I guess has a premium for some reason. That's the wrong, okay, there we go. I was gonna say that is the wrong photo. This is what it will actually look like because of the mount's diameter or what is very big. Yeah, that's unique looking. So they still have the EFM one. This is the one that I had, the EFM one. Anyways, these pictures and kind of get an idea of what I might want to talk about. Oh, did I close that document thing? Oh, there we go. Through a I don't know why that's wrong. So the silver M6 Mark II, the Sigma 16mm. GoPro Hero 9 with the max lens mod. Aperture priority, minimum shutter speed 1/60th of a second. Maximum ISO. Spot autofocus. Video IS enabled. Sometimes it's worth the risk. See, this was in, oh, it was in late October. All right. Can't really tell if my text is wrapping properly on the preview. Let's see. Maybe I can expand. Okay, there we go. Why is it? Wow, that is weird. That was interesting. It's not showing the Twitch. Oh. That's interesting. So I wonder if I have the browsers in a tabbed window, it does that. Try that again. Now it's picking the wrong one. Properties. Sorry, I'm trying to redo this document thing. Right. Let's see, 90, 80. probably good enough. Transition that into the live view. All right. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to edit any of these, because I'd probably just prefer to show what you get. But like I said, with ACDC, it's going to apply its own ability to decode the raw into the resulting photos. So if we were to look at these in Canon's editor, they might look different. I don't think I have it installed on here. Let me see. Can't even remember what the name of it is. Digital Photo Professional. I think I need a serial number to reinstall that from what I remember. So there's an express version. Oh no, that's for mobile devices. Full download. It's 300 megabytes. So this would probably apply all of the... Now the thing is, the Sigma lens corrections might have worked in that setup. I honestly can't remember. I'm not sure Canon software would do it anyways. Let me see if it's in this one. So if I click develop, this is an older version too. I don't think they would have the Sigma in here. Yeah, I don't think it's in there. Mm. So I'm going to try to install Canon's photo software. I think, like I said, I think I might need a serial number for a camera. I could probably find one in my old footage for one of the cameras that I had. But we'll see. English. Or maybe I could pull it from one of my old photos. It might be in there. See how to find the serial number. Oh no, that's on the camera. Let's see if it runs. Recent. Hmm. I wonder if I had it installed already. Oh, you're saying what's more fun, photography or videography? Uh, there's a lot more to video work, so I feel like it's more exciting because there's just so much more to it than like straight photography. But of course, you can go pretty hard with photography stuff too. Let's see. I'm getting a weird pop up from this software. Uh, so it says beginning in Digital Photo Professional 4.19 neural network upscaling can be used. You have to subscribe to a paid plan. No thanks. Anyways, yeah, I'd say the videography is more exciting for me just because it's so much to it. There's obviously, for what I do, the photography is part of it, but there's the video aspect, there's the audio aspect, which is very difficult in and of itself. And by difficult, I mean not bad difficult, but exciting difficult, I guess you could say, because you just have a lot more options and things to do and things to try. So, for example, I picked these up a while back, this wireless microphone system, and I've used them in a few streams. So I can find one of them. So, these things. So that I have a different area that I can do hands-on video stuff, and I don't have it set up connected right now, but I would use these for consistent audio going from this spot to the other spot, and it works decently well. These specific ones, you have the basic DJI mics. So let's see what the... Yeah, those are depending on which ones, they're probably a little bit better than these ones. But these ones do have the internal recording on them, which I've thankfully used every time that I've like relied on these things, because I have had some issues with the signal, the transmitted version having some audio issues. So having the built-in recording in the transmitter is very, very useful. But these have 4 gigabytes of internal storage on each transmitter. And then, of course, you've got the port for a lapel microphone, which is what I tend to use. But it does have its own microphone itself. And then you can put one of those wind muff things on it as well. They're okay. I bought these used on Amazon for 2 of them, and then the receiver and a few accessories. I think it was $50 or something. So definitely worth the cost. I have to look at the DJI and see what they've got right now. So depending on which ones you have, some of them have the recording feature on the transmitter. Some of them probably don't have that. Although it depends on your needs, because sometimes if you want the smallest device possible, then the built-in recording isn't a priority type of thing, probably. Anyways, let me pull up these pictures. It's not in there. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to find the folder. Whoops. What is this? Okay, so I didn't have to input a serial number. That's nice. For a camera. Let's transition that. So this is Canon's Digital Photo Professional software. I haven't used this in quite a while. I don't know if there's a side panel. What is this? View? A window? No, that's not in there. Adjustments. Thumbnails. Open preview screen. Oh. Maybe this attaches to the other one? Nope. That's kind of weird. Well, anyways. Yeah, I wonder if it docks to this. Huh. Dock float. Oh, there we go. So I have to right click on it. Okay, maybe not. So I can dock those. But this one doesn't seem to want to dock this. No. Well, I probably don't need that for the moment. Can't adjust the size of this. Anyways, let's see if they're... Whoops. Let's see if it has a lens profile. Sharpness. It's a distortion correction. Okay, lens data not available. It's a Sigma lens, so I kind of doubt this will work. Yeah, it's not going to work. Oh well. Just deselect all these. Yeah, that's all they've got for the EFM stuff is their own little list of lenses. Oh well. So there's probably no point in me exporting them through here. Unless it looks better. Whoops. See if I can get a side by side. I mean, the AC/DC one is darker, I think. Bro. Yeah, this is... I do like the look of this one better. Well, these are consistently darker. So that's part of the consideration with raw photos, is that the editor using has a pretty significant effect on the result. Yeah. So I could easily just export from Canon software and then just add them to the video. I'm not concerned about like making the photos look quote unquote good. I'm more interested in just showing people what you get. So if I change things too much, it just feels like it's not helpful to the viewer. Because, hey, yeah, like I modified this photo to make it look such and such, but you won't necessarily get it if you go out and take a photo without your own level of editing to it. So, anyways, I'm gonna... What's this called? Switch to here for a second. File. So they have a batch process, convert and save. Put it into the picture folder. I don't know if I'm going to do max size. Let's see. Maybe like 4K. Man, I forgot that the Canon seems like too large. 7,000 by 4,000. I know this camera was like 30 something megapixel, but it's been a while since I've used it. Yeah, I guess that must be the size. Whoops. Cancel. $3840. I think that's 4K. Yeah, 2560 based on the ratio of this camera. I think that should be good enough for a video. All right. What's in my picture folder? I think I need those. All right. So this is what the batch thing looks like in this program. I selected the files and I set a resize locked aspect ratio, and then the default area. See how quick it goes on here. I actually have my CPU underclocked quite a bit. But it's 9900X AMD. I have it running at a 65 watt TDP instead of the default, which I think is 9. I don't know if it's 90 or 120 watts. But the CPU can definitely use a lot more wattage if I let it. But there's a TDP value and then there's a PPT value. And the PPT value of the current setting I have is 80 something watts. So that should be the maximum. Oops, I just clanked my teeth. The maximum amount of wattage that the CPU should use is like 80 to 90 watts. But I think the official rating for this CPU is like a, let's see. Let me pull up a browser window. Hmm. Under 20. So that's the TDP value. So the PPT value is like 160, 170, maybe even 180 watts, which is a lot. I don't necessarily need that much heat generation and such. So that's why I currently have it set lower. Still fast. And then the GPU I'm using is a RTX 4060. Sadly, it's 8 gigabytes, so that has some limitations. But yeah, that's what I picked at one point. At the time, there really weren't many lower cost GPU options that had 16 gigabytes. I mean, I could have gone used or something, or just like a previous generation, but at the time I had wanted something with AV1 encode decode hardware based, and that was very limited at the time. None of Intel's options existed. AMD, I'm trying to think. I don't think AMD had anything with AV1 encode decode at the time. At least anything that I could have afforded. So kind of basically stuck with the 4060 for who knows how long. It's fine. It generally works. It's just it's limited by its VRAM for various things like AI stuff, local AI use, and some gaming as well. I think I was playing, what's that space game called? Let's see. Star Citizen. So I was playing that with a friend, and he, I mean, I was able to, they have certain times where you can play it without paying for it. And this computer was not the most amazing rendering out the game. So yeah, I think it's basically just the GPU and the VRAM. It was functional, it's just not ideal. So I think I'm going to end stream pretty soon here. But yeah, generally, I'll try to come up with notes on this so that I can voice something about it and talk about it. Talk about the photo walk, talk about the equipment, talk about any specific photos that I liked or disliked. Things like that. How's it going, Indigo? So I'm getting more Twitch stuff than YouTube stuff today. Interesting. Usually I get more interaction on YouTube. Not today. Out of tea. So this usually I brew two. I'm not high end enough to use loose leaf tea usually, but these are Bigelow branded. So this one is I love lemon, vitamin C. So it's not really actual tea plant, but it's a mix of herbal stuff. And then this one is oolong tea. So that's an actual tea. They're a nice combination. And I think you get a little bit more benefit from tea when you... Oh, it's a subscribe with Prime Gaming. I didn't think that I had all that stuff on Twitch, but that's cool. Thank you very much. I don't know, at this point, I can't actually access any subscriptions from Twitch because I'm like in a place on Twitch where I'm not of a level. You need 3 concurrent viewers or something consistently to actually be I don't even know the names of them on Twitch. But I think that I can use subscription money on Twitch itself right now. So that's cool. If I'm not sure what I would do with it. Maybe subscribe to someone else on Twitch. But it does pose some interesting tax implications because I'm technically making money, but I can't use it on there. So that could be a little dangerous if it scaled without actually reaching the point where you could monetize on Twitch. I'm not totally sure how it works, but much appreciated. Yeah. So got nothing to say. This is going surprisingly slow, but it was over how many photos? 163. And at this point, once it's done rendering these out, I'll put them into the project and then I can associate the photos with the video. I wrote some scripts to do that. This is the GoPro footage for that project. Add GoPro. Oops. There we go. Actually, Indigo, you are officially the first person ever. Oh, there's a insect in here. First person to subscribe to this Twitch channel. So very cool. Much appreciated. to save over project. Let me do a, there we go. And then I can add the photos once they're done. Man, so I don't know how that bug got in here. Anyways. Exported. There we go. And then I can associate or like relate the GoPro footage versus the time information to the photos. So I can at least show it. Oops, this one. Didn't pull the GoPro information. That's interesting. Yeah, so use that to kind of position the pictures versus the GoPro footage. See if it's still going. It's still going. Yeah. Let's see if there's any interesting stuff going on. I did have a company contact me recently about some local AI stuff, but it didn't seem like anything that I could use with the hardware that I have. I do use it for programming now. I use it for some video stuff related to making highlight videos for YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, stuff like that. But I generally use one called Gemini Pro, which is Google's thing. It's free, at least for now. And it has a really large, it's called context window. So that's definitely helpful. But basically, highlight videos and website articles that I use it to help me make them faster. And it's all based on my own work, so I don't really have any moral issue using it in that context. And the funny thing is that I know there are some data sets that have some of my stuff in it now. So I think it's called the Pile, that AI companies have used, and it's got at least some of my caption data from YouTube videos in there that I've searched on, and it's in there. So I feel kind of justified using the tools because it's already been trained on some of my work. So it is what it is at this point. Anyways, is that still going? Yeah. I do tech stuff as well as the photography, and I actually do cosplay crafting stuff occasionally. Food, I have a channel for food videos and stuff on YouTube and a few other places like TikTok, but I haven't done any videos for those in a while because it didn't, for the level of effort that I have to put into making the videos, that I didn't get much viewership, so it's very low priority of doing more of those. Let's see what else is in the photo video space. F-stoppers, I haven't looked at their thing in a while. I don't know if they post many videos these days. They don't seem to. Check their YouTube channel. Well, technically, I just don't look at videos in the photo space that much. So maybe I just missed it. Let's see what they're up to. 35 minutes ago. It looks like nothing until you turn it on. Okay, it's got air. So they're still posting. Photographer. Okay, this looks like a podcast. "8 days ago, Google just made photography obsolete with Nano Banana." Lightroom presets, 11. Yeah, so they're definitely still posting. I just haven't watched any of these. Their viewership is very different between the videos. I mean, it's all better than what I get on YouTube, but hey, they have 1 million subscribers. So RX1R3, 1 month ago. After shoot, so this is like a sponsored video probably. Ulanzi Glide Go video travel tripod. Huh. All right. I think that's probably done. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to take these pictures, put them into that project. Oops, don't need that. See what I call the exported photos. There we go. Those here. Save it. So, for example, go back to my scripts. Let's make sure I'm in the right screen. Yeah. Scripting, run script. I could talk a lot more about this too if people are interested in learning more how I did all this. There are some videos of me making it on my programming YouTube channel, but they're not easy to follow because I was just doing it, and it's kind of just streaming recordings, so it's not structured in a way that is super easy for people to understand, especially if they don't know much about programming. So I've got a few features here for this one. This reads some of the information to help me kind of guide it, but also I have offset selected GoPro footage, so this should space them out. But it looks like it was a continuous clip, so I'll leave that as is. It did move them a little bit, but we'll see. So I'll go back to here, and I'm going to select all of these pictures. Let me move these a little bit. So this is the part that's a little fiddly. I have the picture selected. I have the GoPro footage. Actually, let me just pick one of them. Go back to the script, and so I can see here one of the pictures has some date time information, and then here's, okay, this is the GoPro footage, and then this one down here is the picture. So 10:25, 12:45 p.m. And the closest one is the modified date, 12:56. So I can offset them a little bit just to maybe get it closer. I mean, that's pretty close though. Maybe just 10 minutes. 55. Because my goal is just to get it visible on the screen. So I click that, and then you can see it added all of the photos, and it spaces the photos out based on when they were taken. So that's the most important part. So if I look at this, I can see that picture and I can adjust this to hopefully align with that. So there I heard the click, and we've got our first aligned photo. That's good. And I can take these ones, and hopefully, these are also aligned. So that one's good. Let's go back here. So this one's a little bit off, but I guess it just happens. And then look at these ones. Yeah. That one's all right. In this last clip, you can see this one's off quite a bit. But I think maybe it just relates to the camera daytime information plus the GoPro footage. It's weird. It's just never seems to be like a perfect... Oh, how's it going? EL. Never seems to be perfect. So I can adjust this one up here, but then the one in the same GoPro clip, it's a little off here. You know, that's how it goes. But anyways, this is basically good enough to use. So at this point, I'm going to look through this and figure out things to say for the video. Just look at the pictures, look at the footage, and see what I was doing. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna head out. Camera overviews. How's that different from a review? I'm very particular about the word review in YouTube videos, because often it doesn't relate to this, but I was doing edits of old videos. Let me see if I can pull one up. And it's not as specific, and it doesn't get into a lot of detail. So I feel like calling it a review isn't a good fit. But I mean, it's just semantics of words, right? So pull up one of the videos if I can quickly. I mean, there's a fair amount of information in these. Let's see. The A1000 video. So I tend to not call any of my videos reviews specifically. But yeah, for this one, I was doing a hands-on at a camera shop at the time. This is a pretty old video. I just needed to rework it a little bit because I wanted to put it on Amazon, and they're very particular about the videos on there. Oops, switch that. So I don't feel like this video goes into enough detail to be called a review. I go into some features, I look at the lens and different functions and stuff, and it gives people an overview, right? But it doesn't necessarily give them a ton of information that they might want or need. Yeah, this is what it can do. This is what I think of it. Yeah, my opinion is a large factor in these specific videos. and I had limited time with the camera, so I couldn't get an amazing amount of information on it at the time. Yeah. So that's an overview. I do have a few videos that I had called reviews on the channel. Let's see. I'm not even sure which ones I had called review. So this Polaroid video, I did actually call it a review. Whoops. Yeah, so something like this, I guess I felt was detailed enough that I called it a review. So this one goes, I mean, it's not that much longer than this other video, but I feel like the information was fully encompassing of the product. I mean, I might have missed a few things here and there, but I go over equipment included, like functions and features of the camera itself, the buttons, the ports, if it can charge and stuff like that, probably the flash. And then I show, like in the viewfinder, a few example photos, things like that. Then I go out and actually use it. Yeah. I mean, it's just personal preference, right? For what words you want to use and how you want to define them in detail. Things like that. So, also any situation where a camera company or a lens company or a general photography equipment company sends me a thing, I'm not going to use the word review. Specifically, I won't use the word review on those. So I don't know what I would call it, but there have been quite a few companies that have sent me things over the years, and I try to be careful of wording with stuff like that, because I can't consider it a true review if didn't pay for it or get it in some other fashion that wasn't from a company. So yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna head out. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream. If you stopped by, I appreciate the feedback, the chat, and all that. Probably try to do this more often. I do the multi-streaming now on Twitch and YouTube. It's pretty fun. So I get a little bit more interaction between the two, which is nice. But interestingly enough, today, got more people on Twitch stopping by than YouTube. Or at least more people talking, which is nice. Anyways, see you around. Peace. Can't type in my own chat. Stream.